Good to go? Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, welcome. The meeting of the Kailua Village Design Commission will come to order. Time is 5:15 p.m. Welcome, everyone. And I'll just read from the agenda, the thing pursuant to the governor's emergency proclamation related to COVID-19 until March 25th. We'll be doing the online meetings. My name is Sean Roth. I'm the chairperson of the Kailua Village Design Commission. I will introduce the commissioners that are on the call. We have Commissioner Ching, Commissioner Ikeuchi, Commissioner Kursat, Commissioner Warchek, Commissioner Smith, and we may be getting Commissioner Sullenberger coming in late. The commissioner's role is to provide an architectural and design review of proposed projects, including landscaping and signage within the Kailua Village Special District. The commission is an advisory body. For sign permits, the commission's recommendations are forwarded to the Public Works Director for action. For architectural design review, the commission's recommendations are forwarded to the Planning Director for action. Procedures of this meeting, Robert's Rules of Order will be used to conduct the meeting. Each commissioner wishing to speak should be recognized by the chairperson before speaking. Applicants and members of the public should be recognized by the chairperson when testifying or asking questions. Public testimony will be taken. Each application will be heard in the order listed on the agenda. Staff will introduce each project. Applicants will be asked to make a presentation or statement, which will be followed by questions from the commissioners. The commission, after discussion, will vote to make a recommendation for approval, denial, or deferral. The first item on the agenda is the minutes for the previous meeting have been distributed. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Looking for anyone raising their hand. Okay, hearing no corrections, the minutes are approved. Are there any statements from the public? Or was anything submitted?
Hi, Chair. It's Rosalind Newland. There was no comments submitted to this project.
Okay, thank you. So for the record, there was no statements from the public for this agenda. So go on to the next item is the first order of new business. Project PL-KVD-2022-000010. The applicant, Mr. Peter Piper, designer consultant for D&L Fujimoto LLC, is proposing exterior improvements to an existing commercial building and kiosk located at the southwest corner of Hanama Place and Kuakini Highway in Kailua Kona. The exterior improvements to the commercial building and kiosk include replacing existing composition roofing shingles with standing seam metal roofing. The color of the roofing material will be terracotta with the trim and fascia white core. And the siding will be a lush sage color with exposed concrete and a dark gray color called cyberspace. The exterior colors of the building will be changed to match the colors of the selected new roof, trim, and fascia and siding. The applicant is Peter J. Piper, landowner D&L Fujimoto LLC, TMK 75007-033, located at 75-5722 Hanama Place in Kailua Kona. Will staff please give us an introduction to the application?
Hi, Chair. It's Rosalind Newland, staff planner. I'm going to share this presentation momentarily. Does everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is a commercial center at the corner of Kukini and Hama Place. It's its own resort hotel. The commercial building was originally a Foodland village retail market built in 1978, and the kiosk there was built as a coffee stand originally in 2004. The site has approximately 85 parking spaces, although it may have up to 92, based on a site plan that I found on the file. And 81 spaces are required. Per the special management area use permit, 20 spaces are allocated along the Mackay boundary for public parking. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Let's go through the slides. This is the here's Kuakini, here's Sonoma Place, here's the parcel right here. You see over the years at one time they joined a number of other parcels. That's the X'd out numbers. This is a site plan provided by the applicant. This is here's Sonoma Place over here, and here's Kuakini over here. Let me get my pointer out. Sorry. Here's Kuakini, and here's Sonoma Place. This is the kiosk right here. They don't show the parking. I have another site plan that shows the parking right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. This is the Mackay boundary over here. Get the pointer again. This is the Mackay boundary over here. This is where the 20 parking spaces are reserved for public parking access for the ocean, I'm assuming is what that meant, since it's SMA a permit. And this is the kiosk over here, and this is the commercial building, the retail building. This is an aerial image. This is from around 2019. There's the commercial building. There's the Mackay parking. And here's the main parking. You'll see this is the kiosk, and you'll see a collection of umbrellas here. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. And here is the umbrellas, and then now there's 2 tent structures. And that is now outdoor seating area, which I'll show a picture of in a little bit later, which I did a site visit on the 21st. This is the roof plan. It's hard to see the writing when I zoom in a little bit. It tells the colors. Well, it says the existing colors. It says it's the existing white standing seam, and it's going to be metal roofing, or metal roofing to remain as is. And they're going to apply new white Geico sealant there. And here it says they're going to replace the existing composition roofing shingles with standing seam there. There's an exterior elevation partially showing the roof and then the size of the buildings. So this area down here would be the lush stage of the building. They have pictures later on of the building itself so you can get a better idea. Here's the kiosk up top. They're not changing the exterior color of the kiosk, just the roof would be the composition metal roofing with the fascia. And this is, I tried to blow this up a little bit, didn't really come out. This is, I asked the applicant to go over the master plan, explain how it would be consistent, and he did. And I also went over the master plan. He said natural materials such as stone, brick, and wood siding are preferred in industrial areas, and went along that way. But actually, when I went over the master plan in chapter 4, metal and natural materials such as wood were recognized as being consistent with the master plan, and so are the colors that they chose. They were found in the historical palette that we've used over the years for Kailua Village. So that collection of the metal and the wood and the historical colors that they are similar to seem to be consistent. That showed a little bit better detail of the standing seam roof. This is the picture, one of the pictures they provided of what it looks like now. Another picture, photograph. That's on the south side corner. That'd be the rear. That's the rear facing the Mackay boundary. And I believe that's the rear. And this is the kiosk. This is the color selection. Here's the terracotta. There's the lush sage over here on the right. And here's the white. And then there's that gray color called cyberspace for the concrete area. And this is just a couple photos that I took of the site. This is looking across from the other side of the street. So here's the outdoor seating area, and the kiosk is right here behind this one umbrella. So what I was going to ask the commission to consider today is, because they didn't include this outdoor seating area really as part of the application itself, but this is something that maybe the commission could consider as an addition to their exterior improvements, because a plan approval would be required by the applicant or owner rather to add this to the site. And outdoor seating is consistent with the master plan for Kailua because it invites pedestrians to linger and enjoy the open spaces, and it's part of the section on courtyards, arcades, and patios. So it would be an invitation, an added feature for the site. They've used a couple of parking spaces, so that would be evaluated for during the plan approval process. So that's something for the commission to think about, maybe tonight's meeting, or maybe they want to defer it to later. We'll see. That's another picture of it. And that's just the front again. Let's repeat. And that's the corner. Intersection of Kokini and Hanama Place. So that's it for my slides. Does anyone have any questions?
Commissioner Smith, go ahead.
For me?
Roz, I just had a question. In your beginning introduction, you mentioned that the zoning is resort hotel, but I
Yes.
noticed on the cover page of the project documents, it says V7.5.
V stands for resort hotel, and 7.5 stands for 7,500 square feet per building site, or per rentable unit or dwelling unit.
Okay, so that's consistent. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the other question I had, Roz, was the item before the design commission this evening is just the color palette on the repainting, not necessarily plan approval on those umbrella structures that are somewhat portable. Is that
Well, the actual description on the agenda is that it's for exterior improvements for an existing commercial building and a kiosk, and the exterior improvements were to include replacing the existing composition roofing shingles and standing seam metal roofing, and stating that the exterior colors of the building would be changed to reflect those colors. But I'm suggesting that it be considered to include the outdoor seating area, because at some point they would need to come back for plan approval, which would require additional design review, or try and conclude that design review this evening. It's up to the commission, because it says exterior improvements, but it doesn't describe it in here, and the applicant didn't express it in their request.
Roz and Riley, maybe since none of that was actually included in the application, we might be able to state our opinion on that, but I don't think that it's something that we could approve, since there's nothing on paper to approve. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Presentation. Okay. Hey, thank you, Roz.
Okay, let me stop sharing here real quick. Oh, I'll leave it up.
You can leave it up
ask
for now.
Questions for the applicant.
Okay.
Let me go back to where I was.
Yeah. And so does the applicant have anything that they would like to present?
Wait, Sean, Jasmine had a question.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see your hand. Jasmine, go ahead.
Regarding the sign package, so I noticed that the outside building on Roz's slides showed a bunch of signage. Is that going to be adjusted as well? Is that something that's going to be included in the future?
That was not included in the application, Jasmine. So I believe Roz may not have mentioned it, but she did research the parcel and did not find sign permits that have been issued for some of the signs that are on the property. So for those, they are not included in today's presentation. No sign permit is a part of what we're reviewing tonight.
Thanks, Dan. Does that answer the question, Jasmine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that does. So does that include that they're going to paint it and replace the roof, but yet leave those signs up? Or are they?
No, they'll have to deal with the signs separately, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for staff? Okay. Okay. Peter, do you have anything that you'd like to present?
Okay, well, I'd like to comment on the umbrellas and the signs. If this is causing a problem right now, I'd like to defer those issues. The new building owner is having trouble with the roof leaking, and that's why he wants to replace it. So time is of the essence because he has a lot of tenants in there. And we'd like to get this in for permitting for a building permit as soon as possible so that he can mitigate the leakage problem that he's having. So if, I wasn't aware that the umbrellas and the signs were not permitted. But if that's the case, then I'd like to make that a separate submittal. If that's possible.
Oh, I think that's the only way. So that should be good.
Okay. Other than that, my comments about the project are, this is a new owner, Daryl Fujimoto from Honolulu. He's got a vision to improve the property. And this is just kind of the first step. It's pretty run down. It hasn't been maintained in a lot of years. And I'm really happy to see that somebody like this is coming in and making the commitment to kind of improving our village area. But he's committed to doing everything by the book and whatever he has to do with the county, he'll do it.
Hey, thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Peter? No. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll move on to discussion for this application. And so as we've mentioned now already, that we're going to say signs and umbrellas are going to be separate. As part of our discussion, we could state our opinion on these things, but for tonight, what we'll be approving is just this package of the color changes and sort of the maintenance of the building package. One thing I'd like to mention to Peter is that some of the other projects that we've seen come through the village with multiple tenants, many of them have put together a sign, sort of a master sign package, where all the tenants, basically it's all thought out so that as tenants change, as things move, that the building stays consistent. And I think as a commission, we've really appreciated that, and it tends to make a project look a little neater and more together, right? And then it can also sort of just streamline the process for future tenant changes and so on. So that might be something that your owner might want to consider. Right?
Okay.
And I say, just in general, I'm very much in favor of this application. I think this is long overdue. This building getting this maintenance, and the colors look fine. Commissioners, does anyone else have any points of discussion?
I just want to add that I totally agree. I think that this has been long overdue. I think it's great that a lot of care is being put into the building now, and a lot of people go there and circulate that place. So giving it a little love I definitely think is a good thing.
Yes.
So
I agree.
I'd like to make a motion to approve as submitted.
I'll second that. Oh, Riley can.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve as submitted by Commissioner Ikuuchi and a second by Commissioner Kurosato. Is there any discussion on the motion? I'm not seeing anyone unmuting or raising their hand. I see a tail wagging. I don't think that's discussion.
That doesn't count. She doesn't have a vote.
So let's, yeah, you can vote for Zahn. Okay. So I think we can go ahead and move on to voting on this motion.
Thank you, Chair. It's Rosalind Newland. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Ching,
Aye.
Commissioner Crusett, second of the motion.
Aye.
Commissioner Ikiuchi, maker of the motion. Aye. Okay. Commissioner Kern is excused. Commissioner Smith
Aye.
and the Commissioner Zollenberger show up or not? Do we? No. Okay.
He
Excused.
didn't
Okay.
show up.
Okay. That's fine. Sorry. And the Commissioner Warchik.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So that's 5 votes in favor and 2 excused. Thank you. Motion passed.
Great. Okay, thank you. So the motion is adopted. Thank you, Peter, for joining us tonight. And
My pleasure, John.
hopefully you can get that permit quickly and stop the roof from leaking. It seems like it's going to start raining again here soon. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so the next item on the agenda is just announcements. Next meeting is tentatively scheduled for April 12th. Staff, do you have any other announcements?
Chair, we don't have a meeting scheduled now for April 12th, so the next one's tentatively scheduled for April 26th.
Okay, so we will not have an April 12th meeting, is that? That's what I
correct.
understand? Okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, well, this is a nice quick meeting. We get to eat early tonight. Nice job, everyone. So if there is no further business, we'll say this meeting is adjourned at 5:39 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, yes, thank you all for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rest of the
Okay.
month.
Thank you. Bye-bye.